Howdy folks, Spencer here with the latest batch of news for STO on both PC and console. As always, chapters to each topic are listed below. First up, over on Blue Sky, Borticus has posted an update regarding the restricted Tier 6 coupons from the event campaign. As Joe and STO said in the initial thread Borticus is responding to, these restricted T6 coupons from the event campaign have not been updated in quite some time, resulting in most of the ships from the past 2 or so years being ineligible for those coupons. In his response, Borticus stated, quote, "This is one example of a process that does not have good internal tooling or documentation, and thus fell through the cracks during the Cryptic to Deca transition." End quote. He then later goes on to say that him and the Live Ops team met just last week to discuss this and that they hope to have an update soon. So if you haven't used your restricted T6 coupons yet from the current event campaign or prior ones, then you may want to hold off a bit longer to give yourself some more options. Don't expect them to make every Zen Store ship eligible. The 15th bundle ships are still too new to be eligible for those coupons, but I would imagine that the ships from the 13th and 14th bundles would become eligible once they get these issues sorted out. And a huge thanks to Joe and STO for bringing light to this issue repeatedly for a while. Really glad to see that it's finally getting some attention. And on another note, regarding things falling through the cracks during the transition due to poor documentation or internal tooling, in most instances, I would be really alarmed by a comment like that, but I think for most of us playing over the past couple of years, it's been quite clear in some areas. For instance, with how long it's been since the last Muds Bundle sale, and how long it took for us to get another in 24, it felt like they either forgot about Muds Bundle sales or just didn't know that they were supposed to do them. And for Legendary Bundles, it's been quite some time now since the Legendary Battlecruiser. We were getting Legendary Bundles quite frequently in the early 2020s, and then it's just dropped off. There was none in 24, nothing so far in 25. And that really sucks because Legendary Bundles were bringing so many older ships, especially for the non-fed factions, up to modern standards. The past few Anniversary Bundles have been packed with ships that have layouts often seen only on premium gamble ships, but they're all Federation. And aside from those bundles, the normal non-legendary bundles that we get, such as the Heritage, still tend to follow the classic C-Store trend of having weaker layouts, such as dual of the same specialization. So if something fell through the cracks that has caused such a long delay between legendary bundles, hopefully that is also something that they're looking into. Next up, last week I had reported that there was a bonus Dilithium event starting up on PC on May 13th, and I was wrong. It's starting up on all platforms, or it started on all platforms yesterday, and it is running until May 18th at noon Pacific time. So if you're looking to grind Dilithium, this is a great time to do so. And alongside this, there is also a Dilithium sale going on. So this is 20% off all of the ships that cost Dilithium over at the Shipyard Vendor. If you're looking for recommendations, I have a video going over the best options, which I'll have linked down below. And alongside that, there is also a sale on the Dilithium Vandy Shields, and this is running until the 18th at noon Pacific time as well. And this is including all of the newer Vandy Shields that they added a couple months ago, including the Shrike, Prodigy, Safe Galaxy, and you've got your classics there like Section 31 or Bowl. So if you're wanting any of these, make sure to take advantage of the sale and pick them up. A nice thing about these Dilithium Vandy Shields is that they are bound to account. So what that means is if you buy it on one character, you can take it off that character, put it into your account bank, and then move it to another character if you want. Whereas the version of these Vandy Shields that you acquire off of the exchange or via opening lockbox weapon packs, those end up being bound to character. So if you want to be able to move Vandy Shields around, then definitely pick up the ones that you want. And again, that is going to be ending on May 18th. Next up, a reminder that recruitment events have started on both PC and console as of yesterday, May 13th. So these are going to be running until June 3rd at noon Pacific time. And for PC, this is Delta Recruitment. So this is going to be for any new 2409 Starfleet characters, any Klingons or Romulan characters that you make while this event is active. And while the task from the recruitment device can be done at any point throughout the year. It is crucial that you make sure when you're making a character during the recruitment event that you get the recruitment device in your inventory and that you complete the entire tutorial during the event. If you don't complete the tutorial, what's going to end up happening is it'll brick the character and you're basically not going to be able to do anything with it. So I would make sure, just get that entire tutorial done on that recruit character sooner rather than later. Your hard cutoff point for both of these events is June 3rd at noon Pacific time. If you already have recruit characters, there's no new rewards here, so you don't need to make another. But if you're a new player or someone just returning to the game that hasn't taken advantage of the recruitment event active on your respective platform, then definitely make sure to take advantage. There is some really nice rewards associated with these that are for your entire account. So I'll have videos going over both of these recruitment events linked down below, along with the wiki pages. And if you're over on console, there is a 30% sale in the Zen store for any TOS themed items, and that is running from yesterday up through May 19th at noon Pacific time. So for any of the TOS related bundles, this is not going to be a good deal. You're better off going for a 35% bundle sale on most of those. But if you were looking to pick up a standalone ship that happens to be TOS temporal related, then that would be fine to go for with a 30% discount. For standalone ships, that 30% is better than we see with any of the other sales, so take advantage of that if that is of interest to you. But aside from that, there's nothing that really stands out as being a must-have that's going to be part of this sale. Next up, just a reminder that there is currently Zen sales live on all platforms. For Arc and Steam, this is a 20% bonus to the amount of Zen you get in each pack, and for everyone else, it's a 20% discount on the price of the Zen packs. This sale is running until May 21st at 9 a.m. Pacific time, so if you're wanting to stock up on Zen for the next Muds Bundle sale or the next C-Store bundle, then now is the time to pick up and stockpile your Zen while it's cheap. It'll likely be another 2 to 3 months until we see a comparable Zen sale, and it's been, I believe, around 6 months since the last Muds Bundle sale on PC now, so we're certainly due for one. And if you're going for those bundles, which are, really stupidly expensive, then you're going to want to make sure you're getting your Zen as cheap as possible. And of course, if I'm talking about a Zen sale, I gotta mention the Epic Game Store. So if you're buying any Zen through Epic, if you're one of the lucky few people able to, and I'll have the requirements up on screen, then I'd greatly appreciate it if you could use creator code CasualSAB at checkout. That greatly helps me out. But the other reason I want to mention Epic here, I covered this over the weekend, but because Epic just had a really big legal win against Apple, where they're able to sell things on iOS without Apple taking a 30% cut, they're celebrating with a boost of their Epic Rewards program up from 5% to 20% up through the end of August. So that's also working with these STO Zen packages, and this isn't Cryptic or Deca giving us that 20% back. That is Epic taking their cut of the sale and giving it back to us as a way to incentivize us to use their platform more, and just as a big FU over to Apple. So you can benefit from this if you're able to purchase Zen through Epic, because 20% back, that's pretty crazy. Now, you're not getting that as actual cash back. That's going to be available to you 2 weeks after the purchase as Epic Rewards, which you can then use on future purchases in the Epic Game Store, such as on future purchases of Zen in the store. And if you look at this really big package here, that's 23k Zen, that's $160. 20% cash back on that, or Epic cash, that's $32. So, if you're able to purchase the Zen through the Epic Game Store, this is a really, really good sale to take advantage of. And of course, as I said before, I'd greatly appreciate it if you are doing that to use creator code CasualSAB at checkout. The funds from that greatly help me out and help me afford things for the channel. And lastly, just a few odds and ends. There's a giveaway over on the Builds Discord for PC players in the giveaways channel. This is for a Tier 5 Advanced Obelisk Carrier, and that is going to be ending on May 15th, so make sure to enter sooner rather than later. And on the builds side of things as well, the website has finished its migration to a new host. A huge thanks to Kraust for helping me get some of the issues sorted out over there. And lastly, on the topic of Epic giving things out, especially with that Epic Rewards there is this game dropping next week, Deliver at All Cost. It's going to be free on Epic for the first week of its release. It drops on the 22nd. I watched the trailer. I thought it looked like a fun little game. It's going to be free to pick up. I'll have a link to it down below so you can watch the trailer to see if it's anything you're interested in. I know not everyone's a fan of Epic, but, free games are free games. Gives you something to do here or there if you need a break from STO or whatever. So I'll include a link to that down below. But that's it for today. So as always, thank you to all channel members and viewers for the continued support. See you guys around.